At this point, I'd like to just inject a brief interlude to kind of take stock of what we've done so far in the course and try to give you some idea of where we're going to be going from here. So essentially what we've done so far is we've been introduced to linear time invariant systems, in other words LTI systems, and we've seen that they're relatively simple mathematically compared to the alternative of systems that are nonlinear and systems that are time varying. And also LTI systems are very useful in practice because we can use them to model real-world systems. So for designing, analyzing, building real-world systems, LTI systems are very helpful for this. But the bad news is that LTI systems, although they're simpler than the alternative, which is nonlinear time-varying systems, they're still not that pretty. They involve this horrible mathematical operation known as convolution. So a natural question to ask are we doomed for the rest of our lives in every single problem that we need to solve as engineers that involve LTI systems? Are we doomed to have to deal with convolution directly? And the good news is, no, we don't necessarily need to directly deal with convolution. In other words, often we have a better way. And the better way that we often will use is what's referred to as a transform-based solution technique. And maybe the best way to explain this is by way of an analogy. So suppose that you have a problem you need to solve where the particular problem is you have to get from one side of a massive superhighway to the other side, where the traffic is really heavy, there's dozens and dozens of cars passing every second, and you need to get from one side to the other. So one solution technique you could use is the direct obvious one. You just sprint as fast as you can across like 16, 20 lanes of traffic where there's dozens of vehicles passing at least 100 kilometers an hour and probably much faster because a lot of people are speeding. And you pray to God that you don't get splattered across the front of a transport truck as you're doing this. Well, it's not going to probably end well for you. But we could instead solve this problem in a different way. Instead of solving the problem in the most direct and obvious way, which is we just sprint as fast as we can to the other side of the highway, what we could instead do is just walk along the side of the highway down to the nearest pedestrian overpass and then cross on the pedestrian overpass, thus avoiding any risk whatsoever of being hit by vehicles. So this is much likely to end better, and in this sense it's a much better solution technique than the direct solution, which is just run as fast as you can across to the other side of the highway, which is going to incur significantly more pain in the literal sense than using a pedestrian overpass. And we can carry this idea over to math. In other words, in a lot of mathematical problems, we can apply this idea of taking a problem which is not that palatable to solve directly, and instead we transform this problem into a different but equivalent mathematical problem, and then we solve this equivalent problem. And the idea being we transform the original problem into a problem which is much easier to solve. And then once we've solved this equivalent problem, we then take the result we get and somehow map it or transform it back to the original problem domain, and we get a solution to our original problem. So essentially the whole rest of the course from this point on is going to be looking at a number of mathematical tools that essentially allow us to take this transform-based kind of approach to solving problems. And the particular tools we're going to be looking at specifically are the continuous time Fourier series, the continuous time Fourier transform, and the Laplace transform. To make the idea of transform-based solution techniques a little bit more concrete, suppose that you're given some problem that you need to solve that involves a linear time invariant system. Because an LTI system simply computes a convolution, if you try to solve the problem that you're given directly, most likely this is going to drag convolution into your solution in some way, because this is essentially what an LTI system does. It computes a convolution. So rather than trying to solve the problem directly, what we can do is use some of the tools that I mentioned a few moments ago to take our original problem, which directly involves convolution, and transform it into a different but equivalent problem that doesn't involve convolution. And then we solve this equivalent problem, and it's much simpler to solve most likely because of the fact it doesn't involve convolution. And then at the very end we take the solution that we got for the equivalent problem and somehow extract from it the solution to the original problem. So with this sort of approach we never actually directly solve the original problem. Instead we solve an equivalent problem, and then from the equivalent problem we directly extract out the solution to our original problem. And in this way we can greatly simplify the amount of effort that's required to solve the problem that we were given originally.